Hey guys, I'm going to make a video explaining the stats I have on my gear and what my build is. To start off, we'll start with the blade. I use full defense and stamina cost reduction. It helps me get out 2 or 3 combos without running out of stamina, and I also have a revenge build, so my attack isn't too important out of it. Moving on to the shaft, I've got a revenge mode defense max and revenge gain by defense. This is also just trying to explain that it's a revenge build. You block a lot, you get into revenge, and you get a very high damage resistance. Going on to the hilt, I have a revenge mode attack and a revenge gain by injury. So this couples with one of the feats I have, which I'll back out and show you now. Revenge attacks. This is a passive that gains revenge from attacks. So together with the bold, I get a lot of revenge. So from blocking, from getting attacked, and from causing attacks and from getting hit. So that helps me get into revenge really fast, preferably getting into situations where it's 2v1. Moving on to my helmet, I've got max revenge mode duration. I tried a helmet with less revenge mode duration, but then deleted it as I noticed that when I get into fights it doesn't last enough time to take out a third or fourth person. Even though I am in situations where it's 3v or 4v1, I still cycled through 2 or 3 revenges. Second is exhaustion recovery, because when I do miss missed out on looking at my stamina bar, then I do notice that I do go into exhaustion, sorry, and I try to then strafe backwards as much as possible. This just helps to get out of that mode faster. Next we'll move on to my chest. I use a lot of block damage, so that even though, especially for Sidewinder, this shaves off a lot of damage even if they're off blocking from the direction. Next is sprint speed, it's a very good stat, as you can always get away from people or catch up to people when they're running away from you. Last but not least is my arms. Max block damage resistance. This is coupled with the revenge build, so when you defend you don't want to get too much damage shaved off you. And revive speed, because stamina regen's not too much of a problem if you are watching a stamina bar. I did have another piece of armor that had less revenge and more stamina, but I noticed that when I switched to it, it didn't give the effect that I want. But that is my Nobushi build. I'll go back to my feet to just explain. Body count passive in any mode that's not duel or brawl, that this does help, as you can always just run away with the stamina, and with a high stamina kill a couple of enemies, get your your health back up. Then my second passive is revenge attacks. This fills your revenge meter with attacks. That just couples into my revenge build. Sharpened blades is an amazing perk for Nobushi, specifically because of how much bleed she has naturally. This coupled with a Viper's retreat can bleed half their health, especially using this and a sword buff or a revenge bonus. You could take out an enemy with 2 hits. Stalwart Batter, I just use this to gain health if there aren't any enemies. I tried the other perks, but they didn't give the desired result, and I noticed that the build lacks a lot of health. But yeah, that's just summary. I don't have any feats, executions, or effects, and I just have normal stuff on the character outline. But anyways, thank you for watching. If you would like the video, subscribe, share, turn on notifications. It would really help me if you could get a couple of your friends to watch more of my videos, and I'll link one of my previous video in the description. Thank you very much, and good night.